I was 21 on holiday in Miami, paradise, having the time of my life. Sun, parties, beaches, and then boom. My heart started racing, my vision became blurry, my fingertips started tingling, and I was like, this is it. I'm dying. I was gasping for air, convinced I was having a heart attack, and so my friend rushed me to the hospital. The doctor ran tests, he checked my heart thoroughly, and 6 hours later, he came and said, "You're not dying, you're just having a panic attack." Just a panic attack. I didn't even know what a panic attack was at the time, but the fact that I was having one in paradise created this really scary thought. How can I ever go back to living a normal life? This moment changed my life, and I wish I knew the tools that I know now back then. So stay with me, because what I'm about to share will change how you see anxiety forever. If you're new here, I'm Jessica, ex-commercial director from a global tech company turned life coach, certified under the Robbins Mandanis training under my teachers Tony Robbins and Chloe Mandanis, two of the best in the world at coaching and therapy. So if I could go back to the days when I was full of anxiety, the first thing I tell myself is anxiety isn't trying to ruin your life, it's trying to keep you safe. But sometimes it overreacts. I always found a calming thought in the idea that nobody has ever suddenly died from anxiety or a panic attack. It feels unbearable, but your body is built to handle it. If you ever find yourself spiraling into anxious thoughts, try this. Count backwards 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shift your attention to something tangible. Touch something soft or cold, or take a big stretch. Get up and move around. Say something out loud. Physically do something, because this interrupts the cycle and puts you back in control. When you interrupt anxious thoughts with a physical action, this activates the prefrontal cortex, the logical part of your brain, which helps override that panic response. This technique is developed by Mel Robbins and is based on behavioral activation, which helps interrupt the panic and prevent it from spiraling further. Have you ever caught yourself at the beginning of anxiety, almost watching it spiral out of control with thoughts like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Please, not now. How can I escape this?" If so, drop a heart in the comments below so others know that they're not alone in feeling like this. I thought the only way to stop anxiety was to control everything. My relationship, my career, my future, my risks. But the more I tried to control, the more anxious I became, because anxiety thrives on uncertainty. Overcoming anxiety and building true confidence in yourself is not about control. It's about trusting that you can handle anything that comes your way. Research from cognitive behavioral therapy shows that anxiety is usually triggered by an intolerance or uncertainty. The more we try to control everything and eliminate risks, the more hypervigilant we become, basically reinforcing that anxiety cycle. So the next time you're stuck in anxiety, instead of asking, what could go wrong here? What if I fail? What if I don't succeed? What if I make an idiot out of myself? Try asking, what if I succeed? What if I can handle this? What if I learn something through this process? Reframing your thoughts shifts your focus from catastrophizing to building resilience. No matter what your thoughts tell you, anxiety doesn't mean that something bad is going to happen. It's simply your brain and body preparing to tackle life's challenges. So like me with my random panic attack, if you've ever felt anxious suddenly and for no reason, this is why. Your body sends stress signals first, and your brain simply tries to make sense of it. Studies show that 90% of panic attacks start with some sort of physical sensation like dizziness or blurred vision before an anxious thought actually shows up. This is known as interoceptive sensitivity, meaning anxious people are highly attuned to bodily sensations and misinterpret them as danger. When you're feeling anxious, try this. Imagine you're on a train and suddenly the train enters a long, dark tunnel. As soon as you're inside, everything changes. The sunlight disappears. The outside world is gone and it's pitch black. You don't know what's ahead and it feels like you'll be trapped on the train forever. Your mind starts racing, as it does with anxiety, asking questions like, what if I never make it out of this train? What if I never see light again? What if something bad happens? But here's the truth for you to remind yourself in that moment. Every tunnel has an exit. Even if you can't see it, the track was built to take you through. The train keeps moving forward, and eventually, after what feels like an eternity, you see it. A small flicker of light in the distance. And before you know it, you're out in the open air with clarity, relief, and peace. This is exactly how anxiety works. When you're in it, it feels endless. So if you're experiencing anxiety, this visualization is something that really helps me. For years, I let anxiety run the show. I avoided anything with any potential risk, things that I wanted to do that I should have said yes to. And I convinced myself that I would do it when I feel ready. And that moment never came until I started exposure therapy. Don't get me wrong, I still hate heights, but I don't let them control me. The same way you don't need to let your fears control you. I have cried my eyes out before running off the edge of a mountain to paraglide. I have screamed through many roller coasters. And honestly, this is not something that I would choose to do every day for fun, like some people, including my husband, would do. But by pushing through and experiencing that exposure, I taught my brain I could survive this. Avoiding your fears makes them grow, but facing them helps train your brain to see them as safe, starting with small steps. So for example, if social situations make you anxious, start by making eye contact with strangers. Purposely go out of your way to practice this skill until you become comfortable enough to upgrade and expose to maybe having a brief conversation with somebody or simply saying good morning as you walk past a stranger. And stay in the discomfort. Of course, if it's something you fear, you're not going to attempt this with ease. It's going to be difficult, but stay with it. Watch it peak and then watch it fade away, like anxiety always does. Instead of thinking, oh my God, what am I doing? I need to survive this. Think, I'm training my mind to feel safe, and go again. I'm training my mind to feel safe, and go again. Anxiety isn't something you can get rid of. It's something you learn to work with. And once you do, anxiety no longer controls your life. I hope that you found this video useful, and I mean that with all my heart. If you're looking for instant relief to anxiety, check out my free guided meditation in the link above. And if you did find the tools in this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it with anyone you think it could help. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.